right. I think I'm about to begin one of those if you give a mouse a cookie kind of projects. It's already become that. This is the back utility room. Yeah, I get random loose spots of this red wallpaper and I just pick at it and start peeling it off. So this is what we have happening here. This room, I don't know what ultimately this room is going to be, but it has a lot of potential to be just a good utility space, which is why I call it the utility room. It's the room that has the plywood walls right now, and I'm that's on my list. Also, this red solid wall behind me that I haven't got to start peeling wallpaper off of. That opposite that wall is where the bathroom that goes into what's going to be the master bedroom is. But that's the bathroom that needs a full gut job and redone. So I think ultimately what's going to happen is about right in there-ish somewhere, there's going to be, I got to reverse here. It's right in there. There's going to be a door. Right now, that's where the shower tub enclosure is. I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to make part of that bathroom like a powder room and then put the tub shower that goes to the bathroom more at this end, kind of flip-flops things in there. But that way there'll be a door here to go in to a bathroom from like a main space. That also means when I have guests over, they either have to walk through my bedrooms to get to a bathroom or they have to come through my utility room. So I guess I have to have my house, I can't like have unmade beds and this mess. But that's down the road. We'll see. But today, this room is just bugging me because I like to put things back where I found them, know where to go get them when I need them, and I still have stuff in boxes. There's still stuff in here that needs to go probably ultimately out to the garden shed. There's always a pile of cardboard and packing supplies, but there's also this stack of plywood that came off the windows back there, and I'm not throwing plywood out. One, I know I probably will find uses for it in the future, and two, it's like gold. It's kind of like my canning lids. It's my retirement fund right there. But no, I'm sure I'll find uses for that plywood. I just need to get it out of here. I don't think that corner is happening today. What's happening is, this is what I really wanted to work on, and this is why it's a if you give a mouse a cookie kind of situation, that you need one thing, but in order to do that thing, then you got to do something else, and then it just snowballs from there. So let me turn you around and show you kind of where I started. And again, it's the dark hallway with no working lights, so we're going to have to work with what we have here. So this is the back half of the hall, and that stack of boxes is, I think, mostly art craft sewing supplies, with the exception of this TV box, which is not a TV. It's all my larger framed artwork. It was in the corner of the lounge and now it's out here. But so I want to start getting these unpacked and things into the green room now that the green room is ready for stuff. Over on this side, there are actually two sets of those black wire shelves. So those have to be put together and brought into the utility room. There's also, this is the back of it, but this is a huge, you may have, if you've been with me for a while and you've seen my old videos from the other house, it's a big red bookcase shelf unit from IKEA. It's discontinued, unfortunately. It's nice and deep. It's got adjustable shelves. It's bright cherry red, tomato red. So I guess it will go in here with the red wallpaper. And then I have two sets of like just those cheap Target cube shelves that have been in the back of closets. So it's not really about getting this hallway cleared out as much as it is about just getting this stuff organized. So come back into the really messy room. We're going to expand because it's such a small room. Yeah, I've just been making do. And so I have 2 sets of these silver shelves, and they're smaller. They fit nicely in the mudroom laundry room at the rental house, but they're not really. I'd rather have the big black ones in here that I could really hold all this crap that's just sitting here. And again, some of this needs to go out in the garden shed. And then I have another one over here. So these will fit, at least one of these will fit nicely into the closet in the green room to hold stuff that's in those boxes. But I want to move first that big red shelf unit in here. And I think it's going to go kind of right there. But I don't want to put it in front of that ripped wallpaper since I do have wallpaper remover. So I'm starting this morning with removing at least maybe this wall of wallpaper and maybe this wall of wallpaper once I get the shelf out of here. That's what I'm starting with, and then we'll see if I go from putting shelves up in here and organizing and then I go to the green room, or if I just do this room, or I don't do any of it. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll have you keep you updated and let you know what happens as I work on this space. I'm not sure how something can be simultaneously very satisfying and also extremely frustrating. But that's removing wallpaper for you. I did get it's in there, chemical stripper to put on, and it's helped. But this is really not the job I want to do today. I want to get things organized, cleaned up. And if I were going to be patching and painting this wall, that would be a whole other thing. But I got this section done, which is where I think the red shelf unit is going to go. And I can put that in here, and I can start working. So, but I don't think I'm going to strip any more wallpaper today. It's humid. I'm getting sweaty again already, which I will be no matter what I'm doing. But, and I have my little Poindexter hairdo here. I gotta go get a hair clip. My bangs have gotten to the point where they're not long enough to hold back in ponytail and too long to actually lay nice, and so they get this little horn of plenty that sticks out the side. I feel like it's not Poindexter, it's... What's the elf? I want to be a dentist. That guy. That's what I got going on. Anyway, I digress. So, well, that's stage 1 in wallpaper stripping. I think if I gave myself a little more patience, because I used to have one of those paper tiger things that you roll on the wallpaper to make little holes so that the stuff seeps in and pulls the paper away from the wall. I haven't had wallpaper in many, many houses now, so I don't know what happened to that. But I have this little ceramic, how do you do that? Like box cutter knife. And so it doesn't cut real deep. And so I was scoring the paper with that. And while I think that worked okay as intended, the problem is that it cut through enough that when I went to peel the red paper off, it was in the little sections that this cut. So I think as I do the rest of the room on another day, when I have a fan in here, I won't do that. I think I will try my best to start just peeling the red paper and working in bigger sections and getting it off, and then putting the enzyme stuff on the backing paper, paper backing of the paper underneath the red, and then just let that sit. I'm also thinking I'm not being particularly patient. So, but I can't film anymore in here today with this shirt on against this red wall because this color combo is making me nauseous and I'm not even watching this video. So I'm gonna go take a little break because I'm sweaty and then figure something else out. Either start coming back in here and starting putting shelves together and moving shelves so I can move the silver shelves in there, yada, 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 or something. But I need a big glass of water and a sit down in front of a fan is what I need. So I'll be back at you later. Happy Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. I never know what day of the week it is. So I always have to think for a minute. But this weekend's work has taken me, well, it was this week's work and it's taken me a couple days because as I mentioned previously, which should be the beginning of this video, that this back room job was kind of when you give a mouse a cookie kind of a project. And not only that, but it was an exercise in frustration. I started, of course, by taking the wallpaper off of that wall. Then I wanted to put up these shelves, and I have 2 of them. But when I got to the point of wanting to put those shelves up, I could not find the little shelf grippy things, the little black things that go around the post that the shelves sit on. I remembered, oops, I just stood on a cat's tail. I remembered when I took the shelves down that I had Ziplocs that I put them in. But I didn't remember which box or where I put them. And they weren't showing up in any of the stuff that was going to be organized in this room. Except that I remembered, well, these shelves weren't in the mudroom, utility room at the other house. They were used to hold craft supplies. So I shifted gears and I started moving and unloading my craft supplies. So let's take a little walk down the hall and I'll show you how that went. So if you'll remember, this hallway was stacked past the wainscoting with boxes that were all stuff from the craft room. This box is still fabric dyeing stuff, and I thought maybe it would fit in the utility room, so I didn't move it. And the other 2 boxes are, I don't know, miscellaneous stuff. So I pretty much moved almost everything out of here. And this is the state of chaos that is the craft room at the moment. I did get my sewing machine in the cabinet, but I haven't put the stuff that goes in the cabinet yet. And all of this stuff, which actually doesn't look like that much, but trust me, it is. All of that and all of this and some of that needs to be sorted and needs to find a home. And hopefully, fingers crossed, this closet will be home to most of it. And what doesn't fit here will go into bins and baskets on the cube shelves. But that isn't happening, didn't happen today. So the other thing that happened was unloading all of this stuff out of boxes did not find me my clips to hold those shelves. Very disappointing. So I came in here. I have a little goat path through here right now. And this room, I don't know if I showed you, but I think I did. This is where I had them put all the stuff from my storage unit. And then I had a few boxes over here in this back corner that I had put in here. God, it's a mess. Let's turn on a light just so we can really see what a mess it is. The thing is, it's a much less of a mess in a way today than it was yesterday. Because yesterday the pile came out to about there and it was all the way up and you couldn't get to the windows or anything. So I started sorting through this. And literally the last box I opened yesterday was where I found the clips. And I was done at that point anyway. But now I have this somewhat organized. All of this and down to the floor behind there is Christmas and Halloween decorations. This stack by the window is camping gear. Now there is more camping and backpacking gear because I've tucked it away somewhere, but that's what was out here. And then most of the other stuff in this corner is memorabilia. 2 adult children, 30 plus years of marriage, and a couple years of avid scrapbooking. I got a lot of memorabilia. I did a lot of photography back in the day. So there's a lot of photos, a lot of, I don't even know. And what's happening over here behind me in what's the closet, I'm not even gonna address. So bottom line, yesterday was just a lot of moving stuff around and unpacking stuff and looking, kind of just figuring out what I had and where it was. So today I got in here and I started to work. I got the shelf clips, and that also included, well, let me flip you around so you can see what I'm talking about. Also included the shelf supports for this shelf unit. I'm really happy with this in here because I can have my cookbooks. Those are all light bulbs and flashlights and things in case of that kind of thing. This is an ice maker that I don't really need because this house has an ice maker in the fridge, but it does make the good ice. And if you know what I mean by the good ice, you know what I mean. And then I have plenty of shelf space here that I can put canned goods once I get canning some produce. So I have my pressure canner. This is all my kombucha stuff, my bottles for my kombucha, empty shelves that will hold pint and gallon jars once I get some stuff canned. And that's good. And then there's one of the black shelf units, somewhat organized. And then over here is the freezer and the other black shelf. And this shelf, this unit, the cat food was on the top of the freezer, and I didn't like that because I had to move it every time I needed to get something out of the freezer. So now Lilith has her own little dining space. Then this is all animal stuff, you know, their shampoos and medicines and flea stuff and my dog walking bags and things like that. And then, yeah, I'm not going to go through everything, but it's fairly organized. And then this is kind of my laundry shelf because I can't put anything on top of my washer and dryer. Oops, I just tripped over a cat. Because, as you see, the washer and dryer go all the way to the top over there. So it's close by. It's close enough. I can grab it when I need it. And yeah. So do I still need to get this room finished and fixed up? Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that once I can get to the storage shed in the backyard can go there. This will probably be where the door to that bathroom is when I get that bathroom remodeled. But for now, I have space for a kitten. She's happy. She also has a litter box back here now, which is nice. She's still using the one in the lounge, but that one might move. This hallway is getting better. I could probably actually get rid of all the boxes that are in here today if I really, really set my mind to it. But I've made a bigger mess in the front room because I've been moving stuff up there that needs to go out to the garbage, and it hasn't happened. And let's not look at the kitchen island right this moment. But I have this cleaned off, and that's nice. And there's a couple boxes that I found yesterday that I put in here that have stuff that needs to get put away, find a home for. But I'm gonna sit on my little window seat and put my feet up. So I'm really happy to have my little window seat here. It'd be really cool if it had a light fixture overhead, you know, just so that it had like a little reading nook, because I can't, all of these louvers are painted shut, and so that would be a huge job to fix that. I mean, it could be done. Even this one, the little latch thing is painted. So, and I can't open these because the cushion goes over the top of them. And I don't really care about opening them, but it would be nice to be able to open the louvers just so I could get some light or look out. So that might be a project. Well, it is a project. I don't know when I'll get to it, but because it all depends on what is involved. Do I have to put stripper on them and strip the paint off of them to get them to function? And then if so, how do I go about repainting them without them getting stuck? Anybody have any suggestions? Let me know. Yeah, I don't know. Or do I just get some razor blades and a razor knife and yeah, bleh, I don't want to do that. So anyhow, I think I'm done for today, for this weekend. I say that and I'll probably find 100 more things to do, but I'm not going to start working on the green room, craft room today. I don't have it in me. It's 2:35, so I think that's been a pretty good full day's work today. So thanks for joining me, following along. This week's projects weren't really all that exciting, but they were very important to get done, just to make my life easier and less chaotic, just to have that space back there somewhat organized. It's still not the way I would like it to be, but it's better. It's much, much better. And within a day or two, I should have the hallway completely emptied, although my bicycle might move into the hallway just so it's not always in my way when I'm in the utility room. I haven't ridden that bike in ages. I think I rode it once in Chattanooga, mainly because it was Chattanooga and there isn't a straight, flat street in Chattanooga. There's a lot of bike lanes, but at least not in the neighborhood. To get to and from my neighborhood, there were hills involved. And hills and heat, not my thing. And then I moved to the flatter part of town and just never had the wherewithal to get the bike tuned up and use it. So, but I figured that maybe I would use my bike here, but there isn't room for it in the shed right now. And yeah, I don't know where it's going to go. So it's in there for now. It has a flat tire that probably needs a new tube. So that's a whole thing. And like I said, it hasn't been ridden in a minute, so it'll take a little bit of work to get it going. So it's just something I trip over and have to work around. And I guess I could put it out on my back patio, and if somebody comes and steals it, they steal it. I've had it for 30 years, but I'd rather it not get stolen. So anyhow, that's been my week. Thanks, or I guess, yeah, I think that's what I've been working on most of this week, is just little futzy things. Getting things sorted, getting my life sorted. So thanks for following along. Maybe we'll have something more exciting and adventurous to share next week. I don't have plans to paint anything at this moment, but you never know. You never know what I might get started. I think I'm almost to the point where it's time to start bringing in some professionals to do a lot of these things. So anyway, thanks a lot. I will check with you later. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. And see you on the flip side. Peace out.